I'm trying to figure out who's more nervous. Are you nervous or is it just...
Oh, I'm nervous.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm very nervous.
I wanted to start off with colors first because, like, since the series is called Aura, I feel like we kind of break life down to like, or I do color palettes when I'm like doing like any type of recording. So before you came here, I was thinking like your aura gave me like an olive oil
Really?
green. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Why?
Just because the energy felt very grounded. And then like the way I like break down people's colors is like I like look at the like skin tone, hair color, the energy they give off, how they speak, all that stuff. So like it all accumulated to olive oil. Yeah. But like now, it feels warmer than that. I'm feeling like a peachish orange,
A
but
peach, really?
a peachish orange a little bit.
That's the color of my room, actually.
Really?
Yeah. I repainted my room like a few months ago, and this particular time in my life has been, the theme of it is all about like inner child connection and tapping into more creativity and playfulness. And I feel like, well, at least for me, that color really brings that out.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Before we go forward, I want to, just because there's a couple people that told me like what color I give off to them. So I want to know like what color do you, if you get any color, what color do you get?
I was thinking a red color.
Okay.
I feel like a very, yeah.
When it comes to trying to relate to other people, do you feel more closed off? Do you feel a need or urge to understand people, even though people might be giving off synthetic energy due to like the internet and social media competition and things like that?
I feel like I personally can get along with anybody, but in this particular age group, like I find that it's very rare for me to connect with someone who really understands me on every level, like
Gotcha.
emotionally, mentally, you know, that's really like receiving me.
Right.
It is rare because there's such a theme of like disconnection from authenticity.
Right. And I have so many questions, but I'm just trying to like flow into the next one.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm working on this short film called Body Keeps the Score. And it's basically about how the body can amass all this tension from past trauma and how it can like supercharge the ego to become like its own entity to where like it overrides the like vulnerable aspects of like our spirit and things like that. So would you say your score, not, it's gonna sound wrong at first, would you say your score is high by chance, or like would you say you've amassed a lot of trauma, or do you feel like you've gotten to a place where you've come to terms with it? Is it still kind of like nagging at you?
It takes a lot of time to be quote unquote completely healed. I don't even know if a person can necessarily.
I think it's always like an evolving process.
Exactly. I mean, that's what it's all about, you know, learning.
Right.
Discovering things, yeah.
What are the most vivid details from your first heartbreak? Take me back to that feeling.
Yeah. The feeling of legitimately dying.
Wow.
Like I felt like I was dying, like I could not breathe.
Wow.
It's just being so ungrounded, you know. Completely like shattered.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't mean to ask you like redundant questions. It's more so like I want to see like what's the threshold. Like obviously if I knew, like we knew each other more,
Yeah,
I would know
that's
exactly,
different, yeah.
you know, like.
No, that's okay. Do, you know.
What inspired the 444 on your finger?
Okay, so I think I got this a few months ago, and in February actually, and the winter months, but also beginning of this year, like it's been a big transition for me. There's been a lot going on, like external events happening that just kind of pushing me into more of a transformation.
Right.
And I kept seeing 444 during this period of time, and butterflies, like visions, dreams, but then also just like out and about in this reality.
Right.
So I was like, okay, I want to just put this on my finger because I want to remember it. Like,
Right.
So I got a butterfly and the 444, and they kind of go together.
Gotcha.
To remind me, oh, okay, the caterpillar becomes the butterfly.
Right.
So.
In terms of the body keeping the score, what does that mean to you? Like the phrase, like what do you feel when you hear it?
Well, how does that title make you feel?
It was said to me by a friend, but once I heard it, I was like, dude, it got to go somewhere. And then there was a point in period of time, because it comes from a book. It's actually the name of a book.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I was like, damn, I don't like I'm always big on like pushing the edge on originality, so I'm like, I don't like that this is somebody else's property. But then I tried coming up with other titles, and it just felt so forced. I was like, I want this to like soul piercing, like once people see it, like they kind of feel it. Like I'm very big on like giving people goosebumps, as weird as that sounds. But I'm very mindful of like where people want to go, and if they'll tell me or what their body's saying, I'm like, okay, it's too much energy. I try not to do too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting hearing your approach because like of the answer I just gave.
Right.
Do you find that people often do feel that way?
I think because of how heavy like my presence can feel.
Yeah.
Like so it just doesn't, like there's like people that live like solely through their body, not from a spiritual standpoint, just body, just vessel. It's like just very fun, like lighthearted, like dude, why are you so serious all the time? But like I think me living through like the body and spirit heavily, it's like
yeah,
you know
I
what I'm
know.
saying?
Trust me, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
But I know I'm not for everybody, so it's cool. It's like when I meet somebody that like kind of gets it, I'm like, welcome home.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So good to see you again.
Right.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I think I know certain people or energies from like a past life, but I don't know. I mean, you can't date back that far. I don't know. Like what were we talking about, like 1000 BC or something? Like 1980.
Do you
I mean, not 1980, I was gonna say like 1880. My fault. Keep going.
Do you think that we know each other from past life?
We might. I don't even know how we found each other on Instagram. I just remember I started seeing your name. Oh, I was gonna ask you. I was gonna explain the scenario, then ask you what was your take on it. So, in like where I grew up, there was somebody recently that committed suicide. And I know suicide rates have been up within the pandemic, but with everything on the news, nobody's speaking about it. What is your take on when somebody wants to call it quits? Or like, does that hurt? Do you feel like that's their choice? Do you feel like helpless? Like, what comes to mind?
That's an interesting question.
Does it hurt?
Yeah, in the way that I'm just like, yeah, because it makes me so sad to know that someone feels that heartbroken and just whatever depressed that they feel that's the only option for them, you know.
Right.
So yeah, it definitely hurts.
Right.
A little bit.
Right. You comfortable with the theme of death?
Yeah, I'm just thinking about it. Suicide is such an interesting like topic. Because like I don't.
And then they cue in the music.
I know. I know. Like thank you. I don't know. It's just so. It's weird that people like. I don't know.
It's a lot. It is a lot.
Crazy.
It
yeah.
is. I only
Not
asked it because I
weird.
just wanted to see like what does it even like make people feel? Because it's just one of those things like it's like another again taboo. Like let's not talk about it.
Yeah. No. It's heartbreaking.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Well, how do you feel about it? Oh, also, did you know the person that?
Not personally, through somebody else,
Mm-hmm.
but like I grew up knowing who they were,
Mm-hmm.
so I was just like, damn, like what can you do when somebody wants to get to that point? That's why even with depression, I don't know if you've experienced, like I know this, people could go through bouts of like deep sorrow, but I don't know how to like separate the two, because some people will still be like, you were depressed, but I'm like, I'm trying to like differentiate severe depression.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like suicidal ideation type.
Or like where I can't get out, I can't free myself.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So how do I feel? I think leading into depression, when somebody tells me that, that's why I'm like that's why I like paying attention to detail and things like that. Or like, let's say if you like the sun hitting a certain way in your room, like all those things matter to people. And the fact that we neglected just to live this like robotic ass lifestyle is just, I know that's why a lot of people are suffering. I know it. Like, I come from like a competitive family a little bit, and just like my nature is very like, oh, I can do it too. So like I don't really back down from challenges, but there's some people that are just like, why are you even challenging me? Like I just want to exist. So that pressure can be crazy.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
absolutely.
it's like, what do you tell somebody? Like, cause now when you feel like they feel like you're pitying them, what do you?
I feel like, okay, so when you were asking me about just being expressive like that, just out there, right?
Yeah.
I feel like I can tap into it more because it has a lot, at least for me, it has a lot to do with my inner child's, the creativity, that imagination, you know? And before, I wasn't as connected to that space or to that part of myself because there was a brokenness to, there was just a complete disconnection to my inner child's.
Did you have to grow up fast?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah. So the more that I like, you know, connect to her and like heal her, I find the more creative I become, and the more I'm okay with being creative and allowing other people to perceive me like that, because I resonate with it, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Any losses at an early age?
Yeah. I mean, if we're talking death, no. But yeah. I didn't grow up with my dad.
Okay.
So that was already like that innate loss there.
Do you cry a lot?
I do cry a lot. I love crying.
Damn, that's dope.
I love it. Yeah.
That is so dope.
It's a beautiful release for me, at least.
I can't do that. I can do it, but like my vessel has grown to be very numb, but not numb, because I know people use it as like a cheat code, like I'm numb, bro. Like I don't wanna.
Okay, Capricorn.
I know. Last thing before we go, I know I said when I first met you, you give me a rainforest vibe. So I'm gonna try to think of one word, and I'm gonna challenge you to think of one word that whatever my aura says for you, and then after like the count, like we'll just say it. So take a moment.
Okay. I mean, I have a few words.
Okay.
But
let me see.
I mean, yeah, I have one.
Okay.
But you are very passionate.
Okay.
But I also was thinking like very dreamy, like in the sense that you can really envision things. I also thought of visionary, and to a certain degree, I thought of the word trailblazer as well.
Trailblazer.
Yeah.
That's a nice one.
Because I really think that you feel, you have your vision, you feel it, you connect with it very strongly, and you want to do anything to make it into a reality, you know? Which is really beautiful, and it awakens all the other people around you. Like, I'm sure you're aware of that, but even if you weren't, on an unconscious level,
No, I really appreciate that. Thank
Yeah.
you. I was thinking of scenery. Well, I have words to attach to scenery.
That's beautiful. That works too.
I was thinking sunset, ocean. Obviously said rainforest, so I was gonna say Amazon.
Okay.
And the reason I say those three is because it's like I did mention that you have like a gracefulness to you, so it's very just like everything's very composed and like.
Thank you.
And I'm able to notice that because I hate like. Do you ever meet somebody and they're so antsy and you're just like, I don't like them.
Yeah.
But I don't have nothing against them.
A little bit, just it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like the sunset, like I feel like you just like, well, one, because of your story, a lot of times when the sun is like kind of hitting the wall and there's a shadow. But I feel like you set, really.
Yeah, I love it.
I just feel like you set things at your own pace, like, you know, like you set when you want to set your sun. Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem.
I really appreciate that.
No doubt. Yo, one more thing. There is a Sharpie in the basket if you could grab it. Yeah.
The Amazon also really resonates with me. It's just interesting that you keep saying that.
The like the rainforest.
Yeah.
Right. So I told myself the last thing I was gonna do before closing out the dialogue was to basically, there's a chance, depending on how body keeps the score turns out, I may get another tattoo. I'm still trying to figure out the placement, but it's supposed to be a tally mark right there. I was gonna have you close out the last one.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
But there's no guarantee it's gonna be there, but just in case.
Wait, is that right? Right? Should I have done it the other way?
No, that's fine. Just for the closing, you know, that's totally fine.
Wow, thank you.
Appreciate
I'm
that.
honored. This has been a really beautiful experience.
Appreciate that. We are done. We are done.
Goodbye.
Oh.
My last name is Italian too, so I feel like that adds
Oh, so you're Italian?
half, yeah.
And what else?
My dad is from El Salvador.
Wow, I would have never paired the two. I was at first thinking Brazilian.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
That's also what I get a lot.
Okay. Wow.